It's like a green citrus that didn't grow. Like it didn't mature on the tree. You know? Hello my darlings and welcome back to another video and to my channel. If you're new here, welcome my darling. Please don't forget to subscribe and of course follow me on Instagram to grow our beautiful community. Alright guys, so today I have a very special video for you because I am finally doing something I wanted to do a long time ago, but I finally purchased the fragrance that I needed for this video. And I'll be doing, as you can see from the title probably, Love Don't Be Shy by Kilian and Sintra from Memo Paris Comparison. So I will tell you straight out of the bat, I love both fragrances and basically I'm gonna give you my opinion if you need both, what are the main differences, what is the lasting power on them, etc, etc. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Let's start with Love since this has been so long in my collection. Love Don't Be Shy by Kilian is one of my favorite Fresher Gourmands fragrances. This is a beautiful, sweet marshmallow, honeysuckle, neroli kind of fragrance. So you get that, you know, a little bit of Middle Eastern touches, which are not very obvious as Middle Eastern, but in general they are. And I must say this dries down to the most beautiful, sweet, honeyed gourmand you can ever experience. It is just fantastic. It is a little bit floral from all the notes that it has, but in general this is basically as the juice is. I know that in the previous formulations, when it was still in the black bottle, I heard that the juice was even darker. So yeah, that is a little bit of bummer that everything is getting reformulated, but what can we do, right? We only have to be happy with what we have because some people have nothing. At least we have the new version of Love, right? So this one, when it comes to longevity, on me it sits very well. I would say I get from 7 to 8 hours and the projection is moderate to strong. If I overspray, it's definitely strong, everybody can smell me. However, within maybe 3 hours, I'm not sure how long it lasts to be honest, but maybe within 3 hours that stronger projection gets into a typical moderate. So people can smell you, let's say from here. You know what I mean? So yeah, very beautiful fragrance nevertheless. Of course, as you guys know, this used to be, or maybe still is, Rihanna's signature fragrance. And I think everyone should definitely try this out. When I first smelled this, I felt like it's nothing like I've ever smelled before. Even though I have many neroli, orange blossom based fragrances. Also I have some marshmallow fragrances and there's really nothing like it. There is a more affordable Kilian's version of a marshmallow fragrance. Wait a minute, I'm gonna bring it. Alright guys, I'm back with the fragrance. So of course, I'm sure you know, Kilian released a few years ago My Kind of Love range, and that was the more affordable range of Kilian fragrances. And here we have their marshmallow based one, which is Princess. And I feel like since Love Don't Be Shy was so extremely successful and popular within the niche fragrance range, they tried to do something also marshmallow based but a little bit more mainstream. I wouldn't say it's entirely mainstream, this one, because this is a beautiful, beautiful combination of, again, marshmallow, matcha tea or green tea, and ginger. So you have some fresh touches here, but you still get that beautiful marshmallowy gourmand. Many people ask me if these two are anything similar to each other, and I must say the marshmallow alone, the note of marshmallow, I'm sure they use the same oil, the same thing, maybe different proportions, but the marshmallow is the same. However, these fragrances go in different directions. Here you have, you know, that honeysuckle, orange blossom kind of thing, which gives that, again, a little bit Middle Eastern touch, to me at least. This one I would say is way sweeter, a little bit sticky, like, you know, a sticky sweet fragrance, like honeyed marshmallow. That's what it is to me. This one is definitely fresher. I think it's less floral. It has more of those tea, ginger vibes, you know, definitely. It's still absolutely fantastic. As it dries down, this one gets powdery sweet. This gets even more sticky sweet, if you know what I mean. Of course, this one unfortunately has better performance. As I said, I get from this 7-8 hours. From this one I get 5 to 6. It's not bad, but I would, you know, I would wish for more, obviously. And the projection is not very out there. It's like moderate, but on the lower side, definitely. So yeah, that is a massive, massive bummer towards it. However, I wouldn't say it's not long lasting, it's just moderately lasting. It's beautiful though, but to anyone who has been asking me, are these similar? No, unfortunately they are not. Of course you're gonna be satisfied with the marshmallow alone when you get this. However, you will not get this experience from this one, if you know what I mean. I hope I make sense. But this one is still absolutely gorgeous, and I really do feel like a princess when I wear it. So that's that. And now we can move on to a very, very close competitor of Love Don't Be Shy, and that is Sintra by Memo. And this one I don't think many people talk about, and this one is from the Artland collection. And to be completely honest, this has to be one of my favorite fragrances ever. So first of all, I must say, this has to be said because it's very important for most people. Sintra has way better performance than Love, because as much as this one has good longevity, I don't complain at all. This one has an outstanding longevity. This one I get like easily 9 to 10 hours. When I would spray it on my arm or wherever when I go to bed, I can sniff it until I take the shower next day. And you know, sometimes, since I work from home, I'll be honest, I have a naughty secret. Sometimes I shower even at 12 at noon because I do some housework early in the morning, and I also go jogging in the morning. So, you know, it takes time to do all those things, and I don't feel like going to shower and then get sweaty again. You know what I mean? Sometimes I just shower late, so I have a fragrance on me for so many hours. So like from 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock evening till the next day noon, let's say. So it's like straight up 12 hours, right? And this one lasts. This one lasts like no tomorrow. Absolutely fantastic performance. And also I have to say, I've been testing a lot of Memo fragrances, and this one so far to me has the most projection out of them all. I love other Memo fragrances, but this one is the strongest, and you would not think that because, you know, it's like, it looks like light and airy and, you know, cute, but no, it's a beast. It's definitely a beast. Alright, so when it comes to note structure, this one is definitely a little bit more complex. This one has added sugar to it, also caramel if I'm not mistaken. I'm sorry, I am taking everything from my memory. But also it has a very prominent petitgrain in the top of the fragrance. So the main difference between these two is that this one is very sweet from the very beginning, with those Middle Eastern floral touches like honeysuckle, orange blossom. Whereas this one is definitely sharper and green. It's definitely on the green side because of that petitgrain, and it is supposed to be sweeter as it starts to drying down because it has supposedly so much more sweeter notes than Love, but it actually doesn't. It's actually a little bit less sweet than Love, I must admit. Love, as it dries down, it kind of gets rid of all the florals that it had in, and you are left with a very, very honeyed marshmallow. So it's a typical gourmand in the dry down. In the top you would maybe not think it's a typical gourmand, but in the dry down it really, really is. So you get a very honeyed like marshmallow in here as the top of the notes go away. With this one, I feel like the petitgrain kind of stays, and it has more of a sharp sweetness, not as sickly sweet, not as honeyed. It has sugar to it, so you know it's still very, very sweet with that marshmallow and sugar and all the other notes in there, but it's not as sticky as the Love by Kilian is. Yeah, to me it's just fresher. It definitely has a zest to it. I would even call it a citrusy opening. Definitely a citrusy opening. You get those, you know, whiff of what's coming to you as it starts to drying down. You definitely get a similarity. But this one is greener, zestier, a little bit more unisex as well. Yeah, that's that. And I must admit, guys, I thought they were exactly the same until I smelled them hand by hand. I didn't think it was such a difference with this one, that it was so much greener and more citrusy than this. You know, because from memory, I thought this was gonna be an absolute 100% dupe, but better. Not really. It has like a different twist to it because of that greenness and citrusiness. This one doesn't have that. This one is straight up floral, then just sweet, honey sweet. This one is green, citrusy, and then it gets sweeter and sweeter. They're both absolutely beautiful. I think just go for Memo. If you feel like Kilian Love is too sweet for you, then I'm sure you're gonna love this one. Also, if you have some complaints towards performance of Love, I had none because on me it sits perfectly, but I know some people are not happy. Also try Memo. But on the other hand, I know that the sharpness of citruses might be actually a little bit repelling to some people. So instead of getting Memo, get Love if you don't like those sharper, it's like a green citrus that didn't grow. Like it didn't mature on the tree. You know what I mean? It's like very, very raw, citrusy note. Like it's still green. It didn't bloom appropriately yet. It's just still in the growing phase. Yeah, and then it just gets beautiful and sweet, and then the dry down, indeed, it is similar. This one is just more sticky, which I actually personally prefer. And I think the best solution, of course, as usual, as my conclusion in those kind of videos, is just to mix them. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm definitely gonna mix these two. I even rhymed it. Come on, I'm an MC. Yeah, I love them both, guys. I highly recommend them both. There is no better or worse, really. It's mainly your preference. Even price-wise, they are quite similar. I think, considering the milliliters, I think Sintra is a little bit better price-wise than Love. But again, it's not as gourmandy sweet as Love. So try them out both, but I am sure if you love those honeysuckle, orange blossom, marshmallow vibes in general, you will probably love both just as much as I do. I highly recommend them both, really, really. This to me is definitely a little bit more unisex because of that citrus green touch. This one is to me very, very feminine. I know people who are men wear it, but no, I really wouldn't like my man to wear it, to be honest. This one, maybe, but like really maybe, because to me it's still very feminine. But it's just more unisex than this one, if it makes any sense. To me, they're both very feminine. So yeah, I love them. If you want a gorgeous gourmand for summer, because to me they are absolutely summer gourmands, get these. They're definitely on a splurge side of things, but with these two I actually think they are really, really worth it. There are not many fragrances that I truly think are worth a very high price tag. Maybe I'm gonna make a video about it. Let me know if you would like one, about fragrances that are very, very expensive but are actually worth it. With these two, I honestly think they both are worth the price. Like, you know, you get a beautiful packaging in both cases, good longevity. With this one, fantastic. With this one, very, very good. So, you know, there's nothing really to complain about. It's not like, you know, one or the other evaporates after 5 minutes or doesn't last or doesn't perform. They're both fantastic. If you just want something super ultra sweet, I would go with Love. And if you want something very similar but a little bit more citrusy green, even more summery, I think Sintra will be perfect. So yeah guys, that's that for today. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you want me to do another comparison of fragrances, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to do that for you. And for now, that is it, and see you in my next one. Bye!